Alright, YouTube, there's been a marked increase over probably the last 6 months or so. My channel's been getting more and more attention. In that same span of time, I've gone from being, not unpopular, but a smaller channel to being, I'm starting to get to the point where I'm going to draw even with like Ramsey Paul, and I never expected that that would happen. Partially, it's because of politics. Even in the past, like 2012, my channel added a significant sum of extra subscribers in that general period of time because of my political analysis. I prefer to stay on topic with things like the occult, social awareness in general, and talking about politics and talking about specifically an election within politics aren't exactly the same thing. Current events isn't always related to politics, certainly not to any specific election either. But at the same time, I've noticed that over this same period, I've had an enormous increase in the number of people who have been trying to convert me to their religious cults of one kind or another. Whether it be somebody who's Christian, somebody's Islamic, somebody's, into some Eastern faith. I've had people like that, Mormons, certainly, Jehovah's Witnesses. Not just, it happens in the real world from time to time anyway, but online it happens more frequently. It's much easier for a religious order to target people for conversion online. It doesn't require the footwork. You can mass spam people potentially with much greater effectiveness. If you know what you're doing, it's a lot easier that way. I, of course, reject all of these people, even those of you that may be atheists. I don't have a problem with the concept of atheism, but I see hard atheism, those that say, well, there's no God, I'm certain of it. I see that as basically equal to any other religious force, minus the fact that it's not really an organized group, it's just an ideology of there is no God. Now, I see it as claiming a negative is equivalent to claiming the positive. They're making a positive claim as well, and I've rejected them as well. Not because I have a problem with them necessarily, but because at the same time I have these people saying, well, how can you have any spiritual beliefs at all? That's just stupidity. Well, I have my own beliefs. They are as they are, and they're not going to change for anybody. It doesn't matter how they pose it. I've also noticed, this is the funny part, it used to be when, I struggled to hit a couple thousand views on anything that I uploaded. It used to be that most of the attempts to browbeat me into changing to somebody's religion, to adopt some sort of spiritual path they want me to adopt, now, were hardcore things, as in they'd say, oh, well, you idiot, God is real, here's the reason why. You fucking moron, you should be a Muslim because it says in the Quran, blah, 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 or something. Now, though, I've noticed they're more nice about it. It's the same general idea. They still want me to change to their religion, their cult, whatever you can term it. But they're more nice about it. That is, now that they recognize here's a person who can reach a large audience, we should get him, I guess, on their side. I'm sure that other uploaders that have, a plurality of tens of thousands of subscribers, as well as the admins of, more larger Facebook pages, maybe someone on Twitter with a couple tens of thousands of people retweeting their material, I bet they have the same general problem. That is, no matter what religion or background you're from, you can be a Christian, a Muslim, a Jew, you can be an atheist, agnostic, you can not care at all, you can be a pagan like I am and an occultist, it doesn't really matter. People from every other group will want you on their side, but they're not going to insult you because they're afraid that you'll use their audience against them. They're afraid that you will talk smack, I guess, about their religious order. So they try to be very nice. Oh, you're so smart, you're so great, but you've got this thing wrong. If you only knew... we can offer you salvation or power or forgiveness or something under the sun, I suppose. You should join us here. Just watch this, usually 30, 60-minute long video that I don't have time to watch. Just learn why our religious cult is better than all the others, I suppose. From a biased perspective, I guess. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to watch any of your materials. I study these things on my own. I don't need your propaganda to help inform me. It'd be like asking the Pope why you should convert to Catholicism. Oh, what are the pluses and negatives of being a Catholic? Well, no shit. You think you're going to get a biased account? So, yeah, that's what I've noticed. Generally speaking, there's less of the shit posting of, well, you fucking moron, God is real, you're going to hell. and much more of the, well, I respect you, you're great, but you're wrong on this, and you should consider joining our religious movement stuff. That's what I've noticed. It's softball material, but it's more and more prevalent. It's like a never-ending tidal wave of people in my inbox on a day-to-day basis telling me that I should convert to some religion. The main problem is, let's say I agreed with one of these people, said, oh yeah, Christianity sounds good, or Islam, or Judaism, or something, or oh yeah, I'll become a Mormon. All the people from all those other groups would still want me to change my mind too. It's a shitstorm of stupidity. And there's nothing at this point, short of Jesus visiting my bedroom, or Muhammad coming down from the clouds as the Mahdi or something like that, that's actually going to make me change my mind on the path that I'm on. Because right now I have complete creative control. I don't have any specific objective set of rules that I have to operate under, morally speaking. And because of that, I can just do what I want. You know, it's not like a person without such an objective set of rules goes around hatcheting people in the head all day. That just doesn't happen. Yes, it's possible, I believe. I will say, I'm not an atheist, strictly speaking. I don't believe that somebody without religion can't lead a moral life. Of course they can. They do it all the time. There are plenty of atheists. They don't go around butchering and raping and pillaging and so forth. That usually happened in the good old days of Christianity and Islam being the only dominant religious forces in the Western world, or the animists in Africa, or maybe a bunch of Buddhists who nonetheless empowered some Chinese emperor to butcher a couple million people, as long as it was done in accordance with some arcane set of philosophical laws that Confucius laid down. So I don't take these things really that seriously. So just be a forewarning to people. Don't even bother, because you're wasting your time. You'd be much better off going after somebody else, trying to get them to endorse your religious path. It's not going to happen. I'm fairly deeply entrenched at this point in the occult. You know, you may think that that's going to lead me to hell. That's okay. If I go to hell, okay, so be it. There's not a whole lot I can do about it, so who cares, essentially. I'm just going to live life and do exactly as I wish. And no amount of magical underwear or special 1999 a vial holy water or, relics from Jerusalem or anything like that is going to change it. That's about all. Peace out.